The story of Cristiano Ronaldo does not begin under bright lights, nor in stadiums filled with admiration, nor in the presence of cameras capturing greatness. It begins in silence, in struggle, and in uncertainty. It begins on the island of Madeira in the city of Funchal, where the rhythm of life was dictated not by opportunity but by limitation. Born on February 5, 1985, Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro entered a world that offered very little but demanded everything. His family lived modestly in conditions that reflected the economic hardship of the time. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked long hours in low-paying jobs while battling personal demons that would later affect the stability of the household. His mother, Maria Dolores, carried the emotional and physical burden of raising 4 children under circumstances that would test even the strongest of individuals. Before Cristiano was born, the family had already endured years of struggle. His older siblings, Elma, Hugo, and Katia, grew up witnessing the same reality of scarcity and instability. Hugo would later face serious challenges with addiction, while Katia would pursue a career in music, and Elma would remain a constant support within the family structure. For Maria Dolores, each child represented both love and responsibility. But when she became pregnant with Cristiano, the weight of that responsibility felt unbearable. At one point, she considered not going forward with the pregnancy, fearing she would not be able to provide for another life. It is a moment that stands in stark contrast to everything that would follow. A decision that unknowingly preserved one of the most extraordinary stories in the history of sport. Cristiano's childhood was not defined by comfort, but by resilience. He spent much of his time on the streets of Madeira, playing football with friends, often barefoot, often with improvised equipment, but always with intensity. While other children played for fun, Cristiano played with purpose. There was something different about him, something urgent. Every game mattered. Every goal mattered. Every moment was an opportunity to prove himself, even if there was no audience to witness it. It was his father who first introduced him to organized football, bringing him to play for Andorinha, a small local club where Jose himself worked. From the very beginning, Cristiano stood out, not only because of his technical ability, but because of his mentality. He was competitive to an extreme, unwilling to lose, unwilling to accept being second best. Coaches began to notice that he trained harder than others, stayed longer after sessions, and demanded more from himself than anyone else did. His move to Clube Desportivo Nacional represented the first real step towards something bigger. At Nacional, his development accelerated, and it became clear that his future would not remain confined to Madeira. Soon the opportunity came that would change everything. At just 12 years old, Cristiano traveled to Lisbon for a trial with Sporting CP. He passed, but passing the trial was only the beginning. The real challenge was what came next. Leaving his family at such a young age was one of the most difficult experiences of his life. Alone in a new city, far from home, Cristiano faced loneliness, homesickness, and cultural adjustment. There were moments when he considered giving up, when the emotional weight felt too heavy. But every time doubt appeared, it was replaced by something stronger: determination. He reminded himself why he was there, what he wanted, and what he was willing to sacrifice to achieve it. At Sporting, Cristiano's progression was rapid and relentless. He moved through the youth ranks at an unusual pace, playing for multiple age groups simultaneously. His coaches recognized that he was not just talented, he was exceptional. His speed was explosive, his dribbling unpredictable, and his confidence unwavering. Yet, he was still raw. He made mistakes, took risks, and sometimes overplayed situations. But what set him apart was his willingness to learn and improve. By the age of 17, Cristiano Ronaldo made his debut for Sporting's first team, a moment that marked the beginning of his professional career. He played with freedom, with courage, and with a style that demanded attention. It did not take long for bigger clubs to notice. But one particular night would change everything. In 2003, Sporting CP faced Manchester United in a pre-season friendly match. For Cristiano, it was more than just a game. It was an opportunity. From the first minutes, he attacked relentlessly, dribbling past defenders, creating chances, and demonstrating a level of confidence that seemed beyond his years. One of the players he faced, John O'Shea, struggled to contain him as Ronaldo repeatedly took him on, showing skill, speed, and fearlessness. After the match, something unusual happened. The players of Manchester United themselves approached their manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, urging him to sign the young Portuguese winger. Ferguson, known for his ability to recognize talent, did not hesitate. Within days, Cristiano Ronaldo became a Manchester United player. At Manchester United, Ronaldo inherited the number 7 shirt, previously worn by legends such as David Beckham. It was a number filled with history and expectation. For a young player arriving in one of the most competitive leagues in the world, the pressure was immense. His early performances were exciting but inconsistent. He dazzled fans with his dribbling, step-overs, and creativity. But critics questioned his efficiency and decision-making. Instead of being discouraged, Ronaldo used criticism as fuel. He worked tirelessly to improve every aspect of his game. He trained his body, building strength and speed. He refined his technique, becoming more precise in front of goal. He developed a mentality that refused to accept limitations. Season after season, he evolved. And by the 2007 to 2008 season, he reached a level that few players in history have achieved. Scoring 42 goals in all competitions, he led Manchester United to both the Premier League title and the UEFA Champions League trophy. That year, he won the Ballon d'Or, becoming one of the few Portuguese players to achieve such recognition, alongside legends like Eusebio and Luis Figo. But for Cristiano Ronaldo, reaching the top was never the final goal. It was only part of the journey. In 2009, he made a historic move to Real Madrid, becoming the most expensive player in football history at the time. His presentation at the Santiago Bernabeu was attended by 90,000 fans, a moment that symbolized not just a transfer, but the beginning of a new era. At Real Madrid, Ronaldo entered the most defining chapter of his career. Alongside players like Kaká and Benzema, under the leadership of Florentino Perez, he became the central figure of a project designed to dominate world football. It was also during this period that his rivalry with Lionel Messi reached its peak. Together, they pushed each other to unprecedented heights, redefining what it meant to be the best. Ronaldo's approach was built on discipline, physical preparation, and relentless ambition. He transformed himself into a goal-scoring machine, capable of delivering in the most crucial moments. Under Jose Mourinho, Real Madrid achieved domestic success, including a record-breaking La Liga season. But Ronaldo's greatest achievements came in the UEFA Champions League, where he became the competition's all-time leading scorer. From winning La Decima in 2014 to securing 3 consecutive titles between 2016 and 2018, Ronaldo consistently delivered when it mattered most. His performances in knockout stages, his goals in finals, and his leadership on the pitch solidified his place among the greatest players in history. By the time he left Real Madrid, he had become the club's all-time leading scorer, surpassing legends and rewriting history. In 2018, Ronaldo joined Juventus, seeking a new challenge. In Italy, he adapted once again, proving that greatness is not limited by geography. He won domestic titles, became a top scorer, and maintained his elite level of performance. His return to Manchester United in 2021 was emotional but challenging. Despite moments of brilliance, the team struggled, and the chapter ended sooner than expected. In 2022, Ronaldo moved to Al Nassr, becoming a global ambassador for football's expansion into new regions. His presence transformed the perception of football in the Middle East, demonstrating his influence beyond the pitch. With the Portugal national team, Ronaldo's journey reflects perseverance and redemption. From the heartbreak of Euro 2004 to the triumph of Euro 2016, his story with Portugal mirrors his personal journey, one of resilience, sacrifice, and ultimate success. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about football. It is about obsession, discipline, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. It is about a boy who refused to accept the limits imposed by his circumstances, and who dedicated his life to proving that anything is possible. He did not simply become great. He became a symbol of what greatness truly means. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, it really means a lot. Your support helps keep this journey alive. Make sure to check out my latest video. I promise it's worth your time. And if you haven't already, subscribe and stay with me for the next story.